Hi, we're in the studio and I just spoke with Andree about this event that's coming up. And I have here Mario, who is one of the lead drummers with this group. And they started the event, the heritage event, with a drumming circle. And so I asked you to come in. We just spoke with Jack and his son and his grandson about the history of drumming. And I want you to talk a little bit about people. I want them to meet you and tell them a little bit about getting involved with this drumming circle for you.
Um, well, this drum circle here, I didn't really plan it. It just kind of came to be because I had just received a drum before I got this one here. And I've been playing on drums since, I was a child, many different types. And I've had to care for them. There's drum etiquette, you know. It's like, one of your family, basically. So, and that's how you treat it. It's not an object or just an instrument, but at the same time, it's not just my drum. It's not for me, because it's for the people. It's the center of many ceremonies. Represents the heartbeat of Mother Earth. So, in that way, it's not mine to keep at home on a little shelf for my own personal enjoyment.
It's for sharing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I keep it and take care of it.
And taking care of it, they really do have to be temperature controlled. And like you said something about if you're cold.
Yeah, like I said, it's like a member of the family, but more like into, a child. So if it's, too cold out for you or wet, or, if it's too hot out, then, those conditions are the same for your drum. You don't leave it in a hot car, just like your pet or something like that. But, you get what you give with it, And like I said, I was gifted this drum, in a good way.
And there is a story behind this drum about how you came about getting it. I want to introduce you, you're Carla, and I want to introduce you to tell a little bit about how this drum came into use here.
Yes, so there's a really powerful story about how the drum came to be. So when I met Mario, he'd been drumming for a long time, but he didn't have a big powwow drum, which is the type of drum that you saw. And one day we were sweating with Charlie Tom, who is the Karuk ceremonial leader that is now not with us anymore, unfortunately. But we were in Petaluma at the Institute for Noetic Science, and he was doing a talk and he was doing a sweat lodge. And up comes this little pickup truck, and in the back of his pickup truck is this drum, and it's this 8-sided cedar drum. And he comes out and he tells Mario, I heard that you're drumming and that you're teaching the young people how to drum, and so I'm going to gift you the drum so that you can share it with the people. And we called it Earth Circle Drum in honor of Charlie, because that's his organization. So we're called Earth Circle Drum, and Mario is the lead drummer for that drum. And the story also about the drum is that cedar, which was used to build the drum, was a tree that Charlie played on as a young child. It was fallen over already, and he played on it, and he said, one day I will come back and get this tree. And he did. And the middle part of the tree was used for medicine. Some of the tree he used to build a porch in his house, and then part of the tree was used to build this drum.
Oh, that is very special. There's a lot of people in this community that remember Charlie.
Yes.
And what a great story where that drum came from. And now it continues to be the pulse and the heartbeat that Charlie started here so many years ago. Now, you also have with you today in the studio your daughter, Sophia. Hi. And I was asking you before the show, can you tell me what it is that about the show that you would tell your friends that they might remember if they came here on Friday, the 24th? We're going to be having an opening drum ceremony. Can you think of something you might say to your friends about the drumming?
Well, it's kind of fun to learn the songs, and it's a new experience, because when I got older and I was on the drum. I liked how I could be with my family and do something with them and not just be a solo.
And there's an experience that's shared with all the people sitting around the drum. One of the things I noticed today, I'm not sure if people will notice, but as a leader of the drum circle, you offer the voice to different people sitting around. I noticed today that you offered the voice to Sophia so she could sing out as well.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's it. You're gifting people the voice around the drum circle. I think that must be part of the process
Yeah.
for everybody to share in their
Yeah.
song.
We don't do that all the time, but most of the time, yeah.
So now people will be coming to this ceremony. Will you also be doing a closing drum ceremony at this event?
We have in the past.
But for sure, people can come if they come. The events will start at 9 in the morning, but
Yes.
the actual drumming, when everybody comes together, is at about 11 o'clock. So we want to invite people to come and be there, and they'll hear the drumming, which will call them to come to the center.
Oh yeah.
And last year we did an evening of native healing is what they called it, and we had drumming and dancing in the evening also.
Was that also the night they had the singing bowls? Or
I
that
think it
might
was
have
a
been
different night.
Okay.
This was just the native
So we want to
presentation.
invite people because on Saturdays we were saying that this is something they can do more than once a year. Even though this event where we're doing, talking about the heritage and local history,
Yes.
they can also be involved and come up and join in on Saturdays at Stewart Mineral Springs, which is just north of here, about 12 miles, 15 miles up the hill. And so that is a regular scheduled event where people can go and listen to the drumming.
Yeah, we're there most Saturdays. Not every Saturday.
Sometimes the
but-
seasons, I know you change times,
Yeah.
but they can check with Stewart Mineral Springs when it will be.
Oh yeah.
And then, so thank you for joining us. Is there anything else you want to say to people about coming to this event, your opportunity?
I wanted to share that Sophia's been around the drum since she was in the womb. So when I was pregnant, I drummed with her. When she was a baby, I would hold her in my arms and drum with one hand with her. So she's been around drumming her whole life. And now she's getting old enough where we have her perform with us.
She can participate
Yes.
and share in them.
She can sleep next to the drum too.
Yeah. That's funny. So now also I was asking you about whether or not it's often common to have women, but some of the Indian native believe that it should be just for the men.
Most.
Most believe that.
Yeah.
But really you got permission from the elders. And this is something, but women have been fighting for a voice for 100 years in this
Well,
country.
It's kind of unique for me. I didn't get permission from anybody because I have many daughters and I have one son, and my son works very hard and I don't see him very often. He does drum with me. He knows drum etiquette because he's had to haul the drum around and take care of it and watch it many times. But if I would just drum with my son or wait for him, I'd be playing with
Solo.
by myself a lot. So, and I was also raised by a few generations, 3 generations of women. So, and I was a firstborn. I was also the only male in my family. I've been surrounded by women my entire life. So I've always done things on my own and my own way. And I don't ask anybody permission for the things that I do. I try to do them with respect. But, it's not usually done this way. But, here on the West Coast, there's many, many different peoples here, and many different traditions. And we do things a lot differently out here than are done, in the Midwest or back east or up north or down south. So I've been chastised about it before, but, in a good way. I've also told people and elders and grandmothers exactly where I come from too, and I've also been commended for it.
Sharing the voice.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's passing down of tradition and history, and it's very rich. The culture is very rich. So I really hope we can share this with people and bring them to the event, especially the first day, Friday, July 24th.
Yes.
And I'll be talking to you again about what you're going to be doing there as well. So I'll have you back. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
grateful to have you here.
Glad to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Bye. See you again.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you all.